At the end of this battle, who will be left standing as the winner? The history of past government shutdowns offers a guide, and Elaine Kamarck has been a witness to that history. The Brookings Institution Fellow was a staffer at the White House during the last shutdown in 1995-96 and is an expert on governance. She joins us in Washington this morning. Good morning, Elaine.
Good morning.
So what's your most likely scenario for this? Do the rebel Republicans in the House end up with the political spoils, or is President Obama the winner?
Almost certainly President Obama is the winner. That's the lesson from the last government shutdown in 95 and 96. President Clinton won it handily. It was the end of Newt Gingrich's speakership, and we didn't think to do this again for 17 years. The reason, however, and this is not, I want to make sure people understand, it's not a partisan statement that President Obama will be the winner. It's built into the structure of the system. Only the president speaks for everyone. The members of the House are speaking for, their individual constituents, and that's who they're listening to. That's why some of them are doing this. The president talks to everyone, and the country as a whole is not crazy about the idea of shutting down the government.
There is a big difference, though, with this time around versus the Newt Gingrich-led attack, and that is that, in fact, of course, it's not being led by the Speaker. Speaker Boehner is something of a reluctant participant, if anything, and the real drive is coming from, these renegade Tea Party activists. What does that add to the story, though? That surely complicates things to some extent, right?
Well, it makes it worse, and it makes it even more clear that the president will come out the winner. You've got, in the case of Boehner, an extraordinarily weak Speaker of the House. I can't remember a speaker that let one faction of his party jerk him around the way these guys are jerking around, Speaker Boehner. It's just unbelievable. And so not only is the country sort of disgusted by this whole games playing, but Speaker Boehner cannot control his party, cannot control his coalition. That's kind of what the job of the Speaker is to put it all together and make it happen. And if the Speaker can't do that, then you have to wonder how long his speakership is likely to last.
Now, we had a 21-day shutdown back in 95-96. You were there. Tell us a little bit, if you can, about what the mood was like and, how this thing plays out in the White House if we get there, as it looks like we might.
Well, the first thing that happens is, and it happened last Thursday and Friday, is that government employees get told whether they are essential or non-essential. If you're essential, you have to go to work and probably not get paid. If you're non-essential, you can't go to work at all. You're legally not allowed to go to work. So there were, from a White House office of, several hundred, there were about 30 of us in the White House. It was quite an intense period of time. And as the shutdown went down, it was like an unfolding civics lesson to the country, because people love to hate Washington. What they don't realize is that Washington funds most of what they do like. So libraries started shutting down. Catholic Charities had to close its doors because most of its funding was from the federal government. State and local government programs, which people thought were local programs funded by local dollars, turned out to need to shut down because they were funded by federal dollars. The federal government sends its money to a vast number of different kinds of organizations: state government, federal government, for-profit and non-for-profit organizations. So when that stops, all of a sudden people around the country started realizing, wait a minute, we don't want this. And it ended up being a real black eye for the Republicans. President Clinton, from the end of the shutdown on, managed to waltz to re-election in 1996.
Thank you very much for your time. Some great first-hand insights for us there.